One of the things about churches in Australia is that we are a nation of small churches. Half of all the churches in Australia have less than 50 people. 30% have less than 25. And I was talking with someone from ACC and they said, on our books, you're not actually allowed to register as a church unless you've got 50 people. We take you off the books at 30, but you're officially a church at 50. And I said, well, you've just written off a third of the churches in the country. So that's our reality, that we are a nation of small churches. We also have more large churches now than we did 20 years ago. 9% of our churches have 250 people, and 1% have more than 1,000 people, again, in church on an average Sunday. So we're not counting constituents, which would even be much larger. Here's something I want to walk through with you, which is can take a little bit to get your head around, but I think this is an important feature of church life again. What I want to think about is churches and people together. So half the churches have less than 50 people. If we think of 5 churches, 5 of them have 12% of people in them. And the one big one out of the 10 churches, let's say we've got 10 churches, that over here has the other half of all the people in it. Here's the implications of this, and trying to get your head around what does this mean for you. And this is one of the first moments in my presentation where I'm just going to throw a little, rock into the pool and see where it ripples out. You are key leaders in the churches. You are, responsible for strategic decisions and thinking about, the governance and decision making, etc. And I go, when you resource the church or when you make decisions, who's in the room to make decisions? Are you thinking about churches or about people? Because let's say, for example, you have a decision-making body where you say it's one church, one vote. Well, who gets the votes? Whose voice is heard? The voices that are heard are going to be those who represent small churches, and the issues will be relevant to small churches. If you are trying to resource people, if you are offering stuff and you want it for the people, then I would suggest you need to continue to remember that half the people are in that one big church, that 10% of churches, okay? If you want to serve the people with whatever it is you're offering, the strategic decisions, the resources, the training, whatever it is, then you actually need to work with the large churches. And I think one of our challenges has been too often, I've heard this across all denominations, you go, they're okay, they look after themselves, they don't, we need to go and help the little ones. That's true at one level, and yet this is important to remember, that actually the people are there. So I don't know the implications of this, but it's something to think through. What is the implication of that for your context? And it's about strategic resourcing, I guess I'm throwing out there and going, you know the differences.